We are live on the Twitch. So usually what I like to do at this point right now is just share the post again real quick, or like
Yeah.
share that we're live. If you wouldn't mind letting your peeps know, letting your fans,
Yeah.
your
Of
homies,
course. Of course.
of course.
You got to show me how to do this.
Yes.
Or
we'll, we'll just talk in
is there just a link? Like you can send me the link?
Oh, you can. Yeah. It's just let me find you on the Discord real quick. It's gonna show that I'm on Discord on the stream, but whatever. Oh well, I could have just sent it to you in Messenger. Let me just go ahead and do that instead. That's probably wiser.
Yeah, whatever's easiest. I'm cool with.
Although Facebook likes to goof you all the fucking time, and it makes it really hard to do anything.
Facebook straight up like listens to my conversations with family members, and then they'll be like, "Hey, remember that shit you were just talking about? Well, it's right here as an ad."
Yeah, basically. What's that? You looked up Thanksgiving one time. Here's every Black Friday sale that's gonna happen in Black Friday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hope you're ready for that.
And then there'll be like battle gear for like the Black Friday
yes
sale, exactly. Like right next to it.
Of course. No, but let's see. Did you get the link?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah, brother. All right. Live now.
And then Coo. I should probably share it too.
Okay. Let's see.
All right. We'll share that as well. I'm going to post it on for the peeps who don't have Facebook.
Yes. I sometimes put it on Snapchat. Rarely, though. Rarely put it on Snapchat.
TBH?
Give me that.
TBH?
Give me that sauce.
I hate Snapchat.
TBH, I kind of do too. I don't really use it ever. I just now started using it, but now I just use it as like, hey guys, my stream's going on. And I'll just put it on my story and just not do anything. Although I did randomly get hit up by somebody I went to like high school with, and they're like, so how are you and how's you and your family? I don't really see pictures of you guys together. And I'm like, it's definitely not true, but okay. This is a little awkward. Oh, nope, my family's good. My family that I actively am with. Bye.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is weird. This is awkward.
Craziest people try to pop back up in your life sometimes.
Yeah, a little bit. Just a little bit.
I'll have people like create a whole new account or like get a whole new number, and I'll get a message and I'll be like, did I fucking block you? They'll be like,
what are you doing back in my life?
Yeah.
Get out of my life, Starla.
Yeah. Fucking turn into Muscle Man.
Dude, I recently I looked up how to do the Muscle Man voice because I was so fucking bored. And they're like, yeah, just do Kuwabara's voice from Yu Yu Hakusho and then just lower it a little bit. Add a little bit more air and you're good. And now you can sound like Muscle Man anytime you want.
Dude, that's basically Muscle Man's voice is basically how you do the third technique. I'm just gonna call it the fucking third technique. That's a new name for it.
Call it the Muscle Man Tech.
Muscle Man Tech.
Hell
straight up.
So is it you just is that am I getting it?
I think you just somehow made that technique into a front. I don't know how. You just did that. Congrats, bro.
Wow, I did it. The fourth technique, incredible. Oh my god.
The fourth technique.
The
Someone
fourth.
say the fourth awakened.
Oh god, Jesus Christ. Okay. We can just go ahead and get started. I'm sure people will hop in as we go. But anywho, so if you want to introduce yourself, my boy.
Hey, uh, my name's Adam. I've been doing this vocal thing for like almost 10 years. A lot of people know me from YouTube. Some people know me from Entombed in the Abyss, and a lot more people know me from Awaken Providence, all of which I have fun doing. And yeah, that's me. Basically, like that's the highlights of it all.
Hey, let's see. Oh yeah, look at that! Bam, we already got people in the chat. Pocket, the name Pocket Sand. Hey, Pocket Sand, thank you so much for the follow. They said, "Hey Adam, Gerald Stacy here from Facebook." That is a very nice butterfly
Gerald!
behind you.
Look, this is my grandma's office. All right, we fucking exclusive in here. So there's a butterfly.
We real family folk around here. Yeah, no, there's
on that side. Yeah.
Oh
that
my
shit's
god,
dope, bro. I painted that myself.
butterfly's core AF.
Yeah. Well, you know, you got to keep flying.
Jesus Christ. Yeah,
that's
you're right.
That's my message to my grandma. Keep flying.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
No, she's still here. She's not dead.
No, she's living.
Yeah.
I just keep flying, you know?
She's just not like here.
Uh-oh. Well, this took an interesting turn, but...
What?
Oh.
She's in New York right now.
Oh, I was like, are you like saying she's like not like there or?
No, she's a ghost. She's a ghost.
She's a ghost.
No,
Yeah,
that'd be crazy as shit if she walked in with like a ruler or a yardstick or something and just started beating the shit out of me. Jesus.
Yeah, just like the olden days.
Yeah, back when kids got beat because they wrote with their left hand.
Oh yeah, dude, my mom went through some stuff back in the day because she had ADHD and nobody knew what the fuck ADHD was.
Same with my grandma. Yeah.
Yeah, it's some shitty stuff. Adam, get off the .com. Whack. That's what Pocket Sand is saying.
Get off the .com? Wait, what?
I'm assuming they mean like get off the internet. Whack. Like as your grandma or whatever.
Oh, well. I try and
They're
stay
role
off
playing
of it.
with you, Adam. They're role playing.
Man, I'm better at improv.
Hell yeah. Bro, I'm so bad at jokes. I'm so sorry. It's okay, Pocket Sands. Your name's Pocket Sands, so it gets a pass.
His name's Gerald. He's a human being.
Nah, Pocket Sands. That's what's up, my boy or girl. But I'm assuming, hopefully, boy by it being Gerald. But Gerald could also be a girl's name. So now I'm at a bit of a disadvantage. God.
No, he's a guy.
Okay.
Yeah, I've seen him. He's a real person.
Wow, you've seen Pocket Sand in the flesh? Oh my god.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was him. And I didn't want to be like, hey, what up? And he'd be like, I don't know who the fuck you are. So I was just like, I'm going to stay back here and then I'll message him a year later and see if it's really him.
Beautiful. I love it. But all right. So I guess I actually go by Stacy, which is a huge mind fuck. Oh. Well, all right. I go by Leslie.
The first time. The internet names people create are radical. Like,
you mean
you'll be
Bob Uchiha?
Yeah, stuff like that. And like me being me, I'll just be like, damn, that guy got fucked over by his parents with that name. And then in real life, he'll walk up to me and be like, hey man, what's up? I'm William. And I'm like, don't know who you are. And then he'll be like, you probably know me by my Facebook name, Bob Uchiha. And I'll be like, you're Bob Uchiha?
Oh,
that's
my
not your
God.
Real name?
Your memes, man. Your memes get to me.
Yeah, straight up.
Oh, my.
Yeah.
All right, so.
I'll be like.
Oh, yeah, no, go ahead. Continue.
No, I didn't have shit to say.
All right.
I was just, yeah,
All
that's
right.
it.
So we already got the who are you. What got you started? In doing. I don't even want to say like deathcore, just like music in general. I think is a better way to go about it. Honestly.
Um, well, I was really bad at the recorder in elementary school.
Ooh, I can't relate. I got that
Not,
purple ribbon, boy.
go fuck your purple ribbon, dog. Uh, I'm just not instrumentally inclined.
I feel that. I
Uh,
feel that.
and I went into chorus and I was like, hey, I can sort of do this thing. And then towards the end of elementary school, oh, segue. Uh, the first live chorus, like musical type thing that I did, I was like 5 years old. And I went commando that day because I was wearing sweatpants and I'm 5 years old. And who, is really looking at a 5 year old's
Yeah.
dick?
Who?
So, and I remember my mom going, "You're not going to wear underwear?" And 5 year old me was like, "I don't need no fucking underwear today." And I didn't really say fuck, but
I don't
uh,
need no fracking underwear, mom.
yeah. And uh, as I'm on stage, these two kids who thought I was a different kid pantsed me. And yeah, that happened. And I
That's
was
what got
like,
you started. From that day
that's where,
forward,
yeah,
the angst,
straight up
the anger.
full frontal in front of the whole audience. But I pulled him up quick as shit, you know. Um, but I was like, "What the hell?" They were like, "Sorry, we thought you were Brandon," and I was like, "What's gonna happen to Brandon?" And but after that, I was sort of disenchanted with the whole chorus thing, and then my older brother was in chorus all throughout middle school, and I was like, well, maybe I should just try it again. And in middle school, kept on it. High school, kept on it. And then I had always been into more heavy music. Like I had to burn. I grew up in like a really sheltered Christian household, very
I know how that
strict,
goes.
very strict. Like if you don't go to church or if you miss church, you have to stay in your room all day, and none of your friends can come over, and we're turning the Wi-Fi off. Basically, you're just going to sit in your room.
I want you to think about God and why He would want you to have friends.
Basically, um, yeah, yeah. Wow, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
And um, just got into heavy music. I had to like burn like the Slipknot self-titled album onto a Casting Crown CD, or like a Newsboys CD, or stuff like, or not onto that CD, but I would like burn a CD and write Newsboys on it,
Oh
or
yeah. Man,
whatever. Toby,
this new DC talk it's hitting
dude, fucking
different, son.
yeah, straight up though, like they got me through hard times, like because they didn't for Christian music, it wasn't that bad.
Oh my god. Yeah, I mean,
But
Christcore was a time.
hey, you want to know the only thing that pissed me off? A lot of those bands will do cover songs and rewrite the lyrics Christian, and I grew up thinking those were the original songs.
Oh,
So there's this one artist named KJ52, and he was like
Hootie and the Blowfish.
a Christian rapper, and he would like take, you can get with this or you can get with that, or like Dear Slim from Slim, like,
Oh
and
god.
he'd take those songs and like rewrite all the lyrics Christian style.
Oh
So
no.
me
He was
me getting into
Christian Weird Al. Oh god. That sounds awful.
so like me getting into middle school, kids would be like, in the halls being like, you know, fuck this, fuck that, singing the song, and I'd be like, that's not how the song really goes. And they'd be
That
like,
song's all about God and Jesus and how much He
yeah,
loves you and me.
yeah. And I thoroughly remember riding on the bus, and I
If you
said
ain't
something
about
like
God,
that.
I'm gonna shoot you in the face.
Dude, Oh, fucking what was his name? Zach Wolf or something like that.
Oh God,
That dude who
yeah.
writes that song. Yeah, that video is funny as shit. But I like remember being on the bus and I was talking about it, and this kid was like, "Hey!" And I like turned and looked at him, and he's like, "You know, none of that shit's real, right?" And no one had ever said anything like that to me before. And I was like, "Huh? What? Who? Huh? How?"
You're
And I
saying my
got
God's not real? What is this? God's
yeah.
not dead 3?
And then like 2 years later, I was like, "Oh yeah, this guy's a really fucking real." But well, to me, at
Oh
least, I
yeah,
don't
no,
want to. I don't.
everybody can have their own beliefs as long
Yeah,
as you ain't a homophobe, a transphobe, a racist, simple things, right? Like
yeah,
be
a
a decent
decent
human.
person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, it's not too hard. You don't need religion to you do or you don't
yeah,
need religion for that, Just do what you want to do. Just don't be an asshat.
yeah. Just have a moral compass.
Yeah.
Um, but sort of sidetracked there. I did chorus all throughout middle school.
Somebody said audio adrenaline and I'm triggered.
Audio. Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Hey, you know Toby Mac?
I do.
You know his son died.
No, I
The
didn't.
the the one that would be on all of his songs, T Dog.
Oh, that's
He
really
died.
sad.
Yeah, he died of like an overdose.
Oh
Sorry I
my
brought it up so
god.
hot, boy. Um,
Jesus Christ.
yeah, audio
Well,
adrenaline. Wow, 1,000 Foot Crutch, Family Force 5. Anyways, let's stop talking about bands like that.
oh, Devin Duarte is here also. And Kung
Oh,
Fu 92. Hey Adam is what he said. Actually here, just so you can see the chat also, if on your computer, you don't have to like watch the video or anything. Or do you have a computer with you? I'm assuming kind of no. Yes, maybe. If not, it's fine. But I was going to
are you
say if
talking to
you
me?
yes, you.
No,
Oh,
no,
damn. I was going to
no
say
computer.
that way you could
No.
see the chat as it comes because people are trying to talk to you. And I'm like, all right, I guess
Nah,
I'll
you
just
just
relay
read it
these.
to me.
All
You
right,
just read it
I'll
to
read
me.
them.
Yeah, yeah, that's how we do
So
it.
Devin says, hi with the XD, but like little x and then a heart and then an ooh woo.
Hey, Abby.
And then Kung Fu 92 says, hey, Adam! And then he says, True Dog. And then let's see. Oh, Pocket Sands, Gerald said, I was told I was going to go to hell because my mom was white and my dad is black. So I can relate to the whole crazy religion shit story.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
doesn't surprise me.
That's fucking nuts.
It really, man, dude, like looking back on my life, like I'm so glad I'm not a Christian anymore because like I was a judgy Jason. And
I
like
will
I didn't even
say,
realize it. But,
I will say they
oh, go
are
ahead.
starting to be a little more conscious of how pushy they are with religion. Like it used to be, they'd come up to my front door and I'd be like, "Dude, look at me. No way."
Oh, hey, let me call or let me make a call really quick. If you want to just
For
mod
sure.
chat with the well, shit, fuck, you can't. Yeah, give me 1 second.
Something. Someone just blew up his house. Yeah,
Okay, we're back. Sorry, I got some kind of alarming news. One of our family members, well, on Alyssa's side, my wife, had a heart attack. So yeah, that's keep her in your thoughts and prayers. Thank you.
I'm thinking about it right now.
Well, thank you. But yeah, no, I was just like, well, that's fucking, uh, that's pretty crazy. But
Yeah.
let's try and get back to
Sorry.
the positive.
Didn't mean to
Well,
laugh at that.
I said no, dude. You're good. It's awkward coping thing. I get it.
Uh,
Definitely
maybe.
understand. Maybe.
I don't know. I've never really thought about it. Maybe, yeah. Let's just say it's a coping
Yeah,
thing.
I got you. It's all good. It's all good. No, but let me see. Oh yeah, so so anyway, we were trashing religion, right? And
Oh, yeah.
yeah, that's what we were doing.
Anyways, I
Yeah,
grew up through a whole bunch of bullshit.
yeah.
Um, Stuff wasn't fun. And I got into high school. I was still doing chorus. I knew the basics of how to scream. I could only false chord, and then and not very well.
Mm-hmm.
Just like my friend, one of my friend, the first friend that sort of knew how to do it.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, all right, do this," and I did it. And then he was like, "Now put the force behind it when you poop." And I was like, okay. And then that's how I started doing just like basic false chords. But the kid that I really wanted to be friends with, I won't say his name, just because I don't know if he's okay with me saying stuff about him. But I knew this kid through middle school and high school that I sort of always wanted to be friends with,
Mm-hmm.
but never really had any of the same classes, never really had a reason to come up to him. And he sort of knew me. We were like acquaintances. And in my 10th grade year, of course, he is late to the first day of class. And I don't know he's in this class, but he comes through the door and he's like, immediately when I see him, I'm like, this is my way in. This is my way in to like get taught by someone who knows this shit. And I was like, come sit over here. And he came and sat next to me. And then bam, we just sort of, our friendship clicked. He wanted, to be good friends with me because I had been doing chorus my whole life. This was his first year in chorus.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to be friends with him because he knew how to scream really well. And started hanging out. He started helping me out. And he knew this third technique and sort of explained everything to me, showed me, okay, this, vocalist is this vocalist is this is what I do. And shit was too hard at the time.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until my false chords were just not cooperating with me as far as like my lows went. And I just got frustrated, like punch a hole in the wall frustrated. And
Oh
I
god.
looked at I looked at him and I was like, fuck it, dude. Teach me that technique. And for like 2 weeks, he just was with me. And if I strayed from that bass noise, nope, do it again. You're wrong. That's wrong. You're wrong. You're not doing it. I'm pretty sure I'm doing it. You're not doing it. Go back to the bass sound. And that's why that technique, you literally need someone with you. You need someone with you who knows how to do it to show you. It's not like a false chord. It's it's honestly like it's so easy to get mentally into it, and then with before you even know it, you're doing a false chord and you didn't even start doing a false chord.
Mm-hmm.
So it's just a really hard technique. And eventually, I found out some personal stuff about him, and I invited him to come live with me, and we basically became brothers, and we lived together all throughout high school. Uh, and I think that's why I am skilled. I don't want
Mm-hmm.
to say good, but I'm skilled at vocals, and I was really ahead of the game at
Mm-hmm.
such a young age, is because I was lucky enough to have someone live with me that really knew this shit really well. And sometimes I miss having that, like, especially getting into the scene and everything.
Mm-hmm.
I learned quick that people were intimidated, and uh, like there would be adult bands who wouldn't go on after us because, like, I remember walking out of a venue one time and their vocalist was like, "How the fuck am I gonna follow that up? He's 16." And I was like, Jesus Christ, bro, like you're caring about the wrong things here. Like
Yeah.
you get to play a show. But like, dude, my first couple gigs were at a nacho spot. We didn't know there was a scene. Like, we were just kids who were passionate about the music. And then quickly we found the scene, and kids were intimidated by us because instead of focusing on the scene aspect of it, Entombed in the Abyss were just these kids who would learn, at like 14, 15 Chelsea Grin songs.
Mm-hmm.
And then we'd take that skill and we just apply it to our own music. And a lot of the kids in the scene were kids who had been going to shows like with their older brothers and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
when we came, it was like, oh, these guys are good and they're new and they've never been a part of something like this. So a lot of where I would have liked to welcome people into the scene and give them praise, we were sort of, people were intimidated by us, and we were fucked over a lot. We were treated fake to a lot. But that's basically my rise as a teenager and a young adult, uh, as vocals go and as music goes. But uh, yeah, I mean, and the whole vocal cover thing, that was just something that at first I wanted to do to learn new techniques and to see how far I could push myself. Because when I was younger, I was really good at mimicking.
Mm-hmm.
All I had to do was listen to that guy for an hour and I could come out of the room sounding just like him. And that's why, but I didn't take that into my own music. I would take certain feelings and in the throat and certain sensations, and then I'd put my own voice into it. Like my mids are just basically I learned those from Jamie Hanks of Ida Claire War and Adam from Oceano, and then I just applied that to my own mids and thought, okay, how about I throw my own voice into it? And a lot of the stuff I learned, other than that third technique, like my highs, I learned doing to Desolation of Eden album, and a lot of it is due to the part of the dudes in Entombed in the Abyss just being very demanding on the sound they wanted. Not even if it's a sound I wanted to make, they were
Mm-hmm.
like, "You need to go lower. You need to go lower," and there would be no, you know, declining that. It would be
Mm-hmm.
when I get home, I'm gonna work on this until I
Mm-hmm.
fall asleep. And if I lay down and I'm about to go to sleep, I'm going to stand up and I'm going to do that vocal again. And I'm going to create that muscle memory. Even if everyone in my house is asleep, I'm going to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Even if I need to go out into a 105-degree car in Florida, I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh yeah,
yeah.
definitely. I was very lucky that, like, even though I didn't get to do as much stuff as I would have liked to when I was younger, like I was pretty lucky that, like, my parents just dealt with me doing vocals all the time. Just
Mm-hmm.
just all the time. It was just a constant thing of, like, I do it in the shower, I do it in my room. Whenever I maybe walk through the house, I would just start just blurting out things. At the time, I was listening to, like, Devil Wears Prada a lot because that was like
Oh,
the
yeah.
that was like
Yeah.
the big thing back then.
Devil Wears Prada is can do no wrong.
They really can't.
Um, dude, if I had the house alone to myself, I'm
Mm.
doing vocals until that door opens.
Yeah.
Until that front door opens, I'm doing vocals. Yeah.
Well, just, oh, Devin says, and then you created me.
Oh shit. Yeah. I yeah, he's my protege. I'm gonna make sure he doesn't make all the same mistakes I did.
Oh, so that's why you guys are such good friends. That makes sense.
Yeah. Devin's a special person to me. Um, and a lot of it was like, and I'm not afraid to say, I think everyone sort of gets this when someone is new on the scene and you sort of have a standing. It's not that you necessarily think that person is going to take your place, but you're intimidated.
Hmm.
So, whereas it was just such a like smack myself in the face moment when I realized he messaged me when he was like 13 and I didn't get back to it, probably because I was like a young adult and
Hmm.
cared more about getting fucked up than messaging people back. But after the Frozen Lake came out, uh, we started messaging, and he told me, just like you, um, sort of the start of doing vocals. I watched a lot of your videos, and that really humbles me because I just thought I was some dude who was putting stuff up. No one really acknowledged the vocal as like the vocal cover a whole bunch. I thought like most of my plays were from like Russia and South America. So like
Oh, but yeah,
I
no,
spent
man, I I think a lot of people when I tell them like, "Hey, I found you from YouTube," like they don't really like take it as like a, "Oh, that makes sense." A lot of them are just like, "Oh, well,
yeah.
all right."
I think one of the moments where I was like, oh, people are paying attention is when I worked at this Mexican place, this
Hmm.
Tex-Mex place, and we did like Orlando has like a food and wine festival, and
Hmm.
we were able to have a booth. And this dude from the Ukraine, as I'm breaking down the hot section,
Hmm.
because we were closing, comes up and he's like, Adam, Adam. And I'm like, uh, yeah, what's up? And he's like, you vocal covers, like straight up from the Ukraine.
Oh shit.
And I was like, yeah, that's me. And he's like, I've only been here for a year. I never thought I would have run into you. I never thought I would have seen you in person. I've been watching you since like you first started. And I was like, okay,
All
this is
right.
nuts. To the point of where a guy doesn't even know that I live in Orlando and he's from Ukraine and he points me out in like a giant festival and comes up to me. I was like, this is a little scary. It's a little cool, but
Yeah.
uh, that's sort of like probably the first time where I was like, oh shit,
Okay. Things are.
yeah,
I'm doing something right. Yeah,
yeah.
for
Like
sure.
I knew I was getting a lot of views, but I thought it was like this kid sucks, and then like
This kid doesn't
off you
even
go.
sound like the original. Get him out of
Yeah,
here.
like 50K views of nothing but people that are saying shit like that. But um, mm, yeah, and people are fucking mean, dude. Like
Yeah, they are.
that's I there's a couple reasons I stopped doing vocal covers. Uh, the grind is just tiring. No one gives a fuck about your vocal cover unless it's a brand new song
Yep.
that just came out. No one cares. If you're doing a cover of Crew Banger, I'm sorry to say it, but you know how many Crew Banger covers are out there? Hundreds of
Yeah.
pages of Crew Banger covers, of Recreant
Suicide Silence
covers.
covers.
Suicide Silence. This is Exile. There's deathcore anthems, right?
Yeah.
And this is Exile, undoubtedly a deathcore anthem.
Hmm.
Recreant, a deathcore anthem. Wake Up,
Pity for a Coward.
No Pity for a Coward. I'd say Suicide Silence probably has the most deathcore anthems.
Oh yeah, like
But
you can't not cover Suicide Silence. Well, at least that's like the
oh
whole
yeah,
idea presented is like you have to at least cover one song, which of course I have. I've also covered, as it just so
oh,
happens, This Is Exile
yeah,
and
yeah.
all that shit back in the day. Well,
But
I say back in the day, but
or like in 2 Men of a Machine. Those are songs where if you type vocal cover after that song title, there are going to be hundreds of pages of it. And for
oh
some
yeah,
reason, and even though there's 10 songs on an album and that might not be the best song, and there's like this hidden song and you do a vocal cover of it, no one's gonna really care. And
yeah,
at I stopped doing them because at some point it was like, am I doing this for myself? Because I'm at where I'm pretty sure I've found my voice in this. I don't think I need to do vocal covers anymore. I've sort of attained a following, and
Mm-hmm.
there's just so much hate on vocal covers, bro. And it baffles me, like, when, because I used to do this. I'm guilty of this. I was younger, but um, I didn't really understand why people were so mean about stuff. So I'd take a screenshot of someone saying, like, drink bleach, bitch, on like underneath my vocal cover, and I'd post a screenshot of it on Facebook. I'd be like, what the fuck? And then, people would be like, forget about them.
Yeah.
But, like,
You
it
can't.
just baffles
Yeah.
it just baffles me, like, when people post are like, this guy said that I didn't really do all these vocals, and it's like, no offense, bro, but, like, what did you expect? You're a good vocalist that's covering a song.
Yeah.
Like, of course there's going to be people out there who are insecure about their own vocal abilities, and they're going to project that onto you
Yeah.
because they can't do that. So instead of asking you for help or becoming your friend, they don't think that's possible. So they'd rather make you an enemy and degrade you.
Yeah.
And
I
that's what
finally
a
had
lot of
that.
it is.
Yeah, I finally had that happen for a vocal cover for Shrine of Malice cover for Kiss of the Wind. They were like, "You're pushing your highs way too hard." I'm like, nah, I don't feel any pain.
Mm-mm.
I'm literally just doing my vocals. So, and
Yeah,
it got over
you know,
1K views or so on Facebook, and people seem to like it. So,
like, the episode of South Park with World of Warcraft, and it's the fat dude who keeps killing everyone.
yeah.
Like, that's what people are, or like when people are like, you cup the mic, or like, don't cup. It's like, okay, it's proven that hand gestures and hand movement helps improve vocal capabilities and helps with your mind. So if I'm doing this or this, even
Mhm.
if I am cupping, bro, the the progress I will make from cupping, by the time I make that progress, I can take this cup away,
Mhm.
and I'll still sound better. It's not about the cup, it's how it helps your mind progress
Mhm.
and that muscle memory.
Because I
You know,
definitely used to like cut my vocals, not like on the mic per se. Because on the mic, like, oh well, duh, I'm holding it.
if
So
you're
like this is
if you're
also the mic.
double cupping,
Oh yeah,
if
don't
you're
do this. Don't do that.
if you're double cupping, it's like, okay, Mitch
That's a
Lucker.
little. But like if you're
But
like, because say what you will, because I've had people like have big threads of like just conflict over and over. But like, are you gonna really look me in the eye and tell me that like 90% of like the vocalists you listen to don't fucking hold their mic like this?
it's just
Are
more
you gonna tell?
comfortable. What are you, a fucking
Yeah,
psycho?
yeah.
You want to
Because
knock
I'm
your teeth
sorry, you're
out?
not gonna really get to hear a good like low end like register vocal if I'm just holding it like this 9 times out of 10, unless
Unless you're
I'm
like
eating
Corpse
the
Grinder
mic. Yeah.
Fisher,
Oh
dude.
God,
It's
that
it's all it's
that's six
also
feet
like
under. Nope. No.
oh,
No. Oh
yeah,
God.
someone had to okay that song.
I was like,
Someone
sometimes.
had someone had to go, yes, put it up on YouTube now.
So, so I bet Chris Barnes was just like, no, I still want it up. It's like, but it's not that. You're wrong. Put it up. All the
Do you know who
OG.
I am? I got kicked out of Cannibal Corpse.
Do you know who I am? Do
Yeah.
you know who I am? I'm from Cannibal Corpse.
Chris Barnes,
And now
you're
I sound
basic.
like Golgar from Power Rangers, Mighty Morphin.
You basically smoke somebody's cigarettes, and you're mad that you're basically just a really bad version of Rob Zombie.
Oh God.
Like,
No,
but
I saw people posting about that 6 feet under. I was like, it can't be that bad. And I
no, it's
was
really
like,
bad.
wow,
Yeah.
this is actually like mixed terribly. The lyricism is just like not there.
It's of like a 5-year-old. It's like of a sociopathic 5-year-old.
Like
Like
I don't
the
know how
kid
you
who's drawing
justify
like
it.
family members that are dead. like that kid wrote the lyrics for
Rip
that.
one arm off, take
Yeah.
another one off. Amputator, which is probably the name of like 50 gajillion songs in this genre specifically.
Dude, you'd probably blow Chris Barnes's mind if you were like, you know what a thesaurus is? He'd be like, what the fuck is that? It's like, it's this thing where it takes all the dumb words you like to use and it gives you smarter versions of them.
Oh my
Yeah.
god. Yeah, like I I respect metal, like death metal and all this stuff from back in the day. I try to listen to it as much, but I just sometimes I just can't really get into it. And that's not saying that's bad or anything. It's just
Yeah.
not my thing. Like,
I just don't, the only thing that's like, which is what I'm trying to do with this solo project that I got going is
ooh.
like I don't want there to be throwaway songs. I don't want there to be songs where it's like, yeah, we could put it on. No.
Yeah, you want
And
every song to be like this song is great. I love
and
this song. It's going on.
exactly. So, you know, and I'm just annoyed by like the dumb, pointless lyrical material that is coming out nowadays about mythology and, or maybe not mythology, but like about not real life shit. And I'm not saying every band has to write about real life shit, but when you guys are all writing about Beelzebub or whatever the hell his name is, or some various demon, look, I used to do that shit too. Like, and you can only go so far with that. Like,
Hmm.
what's the concept of the album going to be? It's going to be about the Legion, which
Yeah.
is cool. It's awesome. It's awesome if you can get a good concept going around it. That's dope. But like, what are you truly trying to say? Because when you're on stage and you're screaming those lyrics, what are you really passionate about? That, like, do you really believe in, you are
Yeah.
Samael and like, even with Oceano, they used to write about, you know, demons and shit like that. And as you go through
Hmm.
their lyrical content through the years, he's, Adam Warren started to realize, like,
Needs to write
I
about
can,
like more
I can,
realistic, like.
yeah. And he didn't even need to get realistic about it. He disguised realism with mythology.
Hmm.
Like,
Yeah, which is
I'm, I'm,
smart. Yeah.
I'm not saying don't write about the stuff you write about. I'm saying be like more thoughtful of what you're putting on
Yeah.
paper. And another thing I don't like is when, you know, someone is writing, you know, about something they don't really even know about.
Mm.
Like, say, you write a song about, you know, having sleep paralysis, and a lot of people have sleep paralysis, and then you write a song with the intent of that experience behind it, but in reality, you just drink too much Mountain Dew and play too much Call of Duty, and that's why you can't sleep. It's not because you can't sleep. It's not because you have sleep paralysis. It's because
Hmm.
you're taking and manifesting these things that aren't even really a problem for you,
Yeah.
and you're labeling it under these lyrics like "can't get my eyes shut," and it's like, really, can you? Or do you have an LCD screen in front of your face the whole night? Like,
Oh god.
come on now, let's be realistic about what we're writing about.
For sure.
uh
All I write lately is just depression stuff. I'm gonna be real honest with you because that's what I
which is
struggle with the
real,
most. Yeah.
which is real,
Now for
dude.
Moon Presence, I write about Bloodborne because that's what it's all about. But I love that game and I
But
am
you're
passionate about
passionate
it.
about it.
Exactly. Yeah.
Exactly. People are just writing lyrics
H.P.
about,
Lovecraft coming at you. I
yeah,
maybe
it's
read
like,
like one story in the Necronomicon. Here you go.
I do that too. It's like, really, do you really practice like Dianetics?
Yeah.
Like, do you believe really in that otherworldly realm? Because,
Hmm.
H.P. Lovecraft didn't write all of the Cthulhu uh, mythos
Yeah. It
until the
was a.
last
It was like a.
until
Yeah.
until the last 7 years of his life when he was going senile. Like, let's be real here. Like,
Yeah.
come on. But I don't know. Like, that's why with this solo project, every song is going to be about something realistic and important. And even if it's not necessarily a situation that you relate to, the lyrics itself can be molded in your own head to something that you relate to. Not to the point of where it's too vague and the
Hmm.
lyrics are too vague, but to the point of where you can get an experience that's related to what I've experienced.
Oh yeah,
You know.
definitely. Which, by the way, Caleb from Low Life says, "What up, boy?" or pimps. I don't know if you ever
Oh,
listened to Low Life, but
um, I don't fucking know, dude. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I have. I'm sorry.
oh, it's okay.
Uh,
Here, this may or may not ring a bell. Probably the biggest deathcore collab of features.
oh yeah, I've listened to
Yep,
that.
there you go. Yep,
Hmm.
there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no, yeah, Caleb likes to frequent these. So, what's up, my dude? But no, we're just talking about like lyricism and stuff, and like why it's more important, or it should be more important nowadays, to like really be more intent with your like lyricism and stuff. Like, don't just write about stuff if you don't mean it. Pretty much, like in a nutshell.
Like if you think it's cool and you're passionate about it, that's dope.
Yeah.
But if
If it's
it's
just
just
like,
like
oh,
throwaway lyrics, like come on, bro, that's art. You're gonna throw away art.
yeah,
You're not gonna make it into something.
I've really been getting a lot, and maybe that's why people are really liking bands a lot, like Strangled nowadays and stuff. Like, and they're starting
Yeah,
to grow, is because
because
it's
it
just
makes
raw
you feel.
emotion. Yeah, like
Yeah.
oh, he said Entombed and Awaken Providence are lit, which I agree.
Oh, thank you,
Big
man.
agree. But yeah, no, like for me on this new Zero Ophthalmia album, or not album, but EP, is like every song has been like I tried to be as like realistic with myself as possible. So in that regard, at least I know I'm happy with it. Um, and like I
Hmm.
think for the most part, I wrote maybe no, even I think the song that's kind of like how you were talking about the Oceano thing. I think it's kind of a mythos thing, but like it still has like stuff I deal with mixed in with it. So
That's
like
what
it
I'm
still has
saying.
something. Yeah,
Make
yeah,
it
yeah.
make it your own. Put your
Hmm.
own experience.
So at least I
Almost
know
like
I'm happy with it. But
almost like the whole song is a metaphor for a real
hmm
life thing. Yeah.
oh yeah, definitely. But no, but I think that's why bands right now that are like going so hardcore on just like being raw about emotion are getting super huge, because sometimes people are just tired of, oh cool, I'm drowning in the abyss for like the 17th time,
Yeah.
my eyes, they are shut, never open wide. Like, we've heard it.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. The only thing at this point separating you is like, what's the instrumental work you put on it, what do the vocals sound like on it. That's literally it.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, like, I feel like there's this disconnect. Like, I don't know about you, but I grew up listening to like Molotov Solution, and I identify very heavily with a lot of the stuff Nick Arthur talks about, and a lot of the current stuff that Adam from Oceano talks about, and you know, especially the Hellbound album from Fit for an Autopsy, like
Mm-hmm.
just talking about stuff that
Mm-hmm.
bothers them to the core,
Yeah.
stuff that if they don't get it out into a song, it's just going to be trapped in there forever, and they're going to be even more frustrated about it. So like for Nick Arthur, it was a lot of politics stuff, and he didn't care. He didn't care if people, thought of it as lame, or
Mm-hmm.
thought of it as like, hey, you're being a little too vocal about, your thoughts. Like, fuck it. Like,
Yeah.
put your thoughts into it, put your views in it. Otherwise,
Like,
you're
what's the
just
point?
writing
Yeah.
music. Yeah. And that's what I'm trying to do with like Awaken Providence and Entombed. Yeah. With Entombed and Awaken Providence, there's a lot of metaphorical concepts where you disguise real life's things and,
Mm-hmm.
and situations and problems you're going through with not real life things. um, but
Thank you.
with this solo project that I'm doing, I'm not really holding back with any of the lyrical material. Like, they're straight up to religion, straight up to my sister dying of cancer, uh, being rejected by my father countless times. Um, you know,
Yeah.
just growing up with trauma, and uh, just stuff like that. I'm not going to hold it in anymore. I'm going to get exactly off my chest what I want to. And if I am going to touch base on an opinion,
Mm-hmm. Like, so be it. Yeah. Like, it's
Like,
your art. You
if
create.
if I am going to touch upon an opinion that I don't necessarily have experience on, I'm going to spend time with someone who does have that experience
Mm,
and
yeah.
someone who has been through that situation. And I'm going to do my best to include them, whether it's like a sample of their voice or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
because there's topics that I definitely want to talk about and I definitely be, want to put on paper, but I don't have the experience of it.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and at least by writing and getting someone else's point of view or someone else's experience, I am not just blindly writing lyrics about what I think it would be like to experience that trauma or experience that side of life.
Yeah.
Um, and a lot of those people who go through that stuff, aren't musicians or aren't artists or just haven't really been able to hear a song that portrays exactly what they're feeling.
Mm-hmm.
And with this project, everything's serious. There's no throwaway shit. Like, and it's also, I have this new mentality, especially like medically with what's been going on with my brain. Uh, I'm on like borrowed time. Like,
Mm-hmm.
I, I don't have time to be writing about useless shit.
Mm-hmm.
Like, um, I gotta make everything from here on count. And if you're not about like a big thing that changed me was that Michael Jordan doc because that was a dude who had the goal in his mind the whole time. For him, it was winning. If you're not about winning, then get the fuck out of the gym. I don't
Mm-hmm.
want you on my team. And that's how I treat my music now. If you're one of those people that goes, well, it fits, I don't want something that fits. I
Mm-hmm.
want something that is what's best for the song. So if you're going to be that person in the studio who's like, I don't see what the problem is, it fits. I'm going to be like, get the fuck out. This is my project, so you can leave.
Yeah.
I'm not taking people like you with me.
Oh yeah.
I want winners. I don't want getting by. I've spent too much time getting by.
Yeah, for
And
sure.
that's why I want this is like my project, my solo project, because I've just spent way too much time saving people's feelings. I don't want to tell him it's not really that good because he's been working hard and he truly thinks this part is good. Well, now it's like, hey, that shit sucks. We need to do that better.
Mm-hmm. So are you
Yeah.
like doing all the instrumentation? Well, I say instrumentation, all the instrumental work and everything like that, or did you like hire somebody to?
No, I'm fortunate enough to have someone. His name's Chad Austin. He's the solo, does everything for Hate Priest. And I grew up in the scene with him. He played for a band called Uncle Ruckus.
Okay.
Uh, if you guys get the chance, go check out Hate Priest. It is fucking insane. He's already put his first single out. It features me. But me and Chad just work really well together. I have a lot of the stuff on as far as instruments go.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stuff that I've had in my head, but I can't play instruments. But I have these parts, and I'll just mouth them to Chad or play the tempo. I can sight read. I can basically draw out these notes.
Mm-hmm.
He just has to place them.
Oh,
So
okay.
so technically, yeah, I am writing it, but I am not playing it
Okay.
because I just honestly it would take me so much longer if I were to go, well, let's learn how to play guitar so I can
Yeah.
really do this song. You know, like I said, I I'll probably go fucking nuts by like 45. So I'm or my memory will just be shot by then. And I'm just trying to make a mark before I get there.
Yeah.
Um I mean, uh Devin knows, people close to me know, but I have epilepsy, so I have seizures and I sort of refused treatment for 7 years, and I'm sort of seeing the drawbacks of that now. And um, from the medicine that they put you on to provoking seizures just to get to see where it's coming from and try and help you to having a doctor look you in the eye and go, you might be a candidate for like a biopsy.
Mhm.
Like if we can't stop this short circuiting in your brain from this part of your brain, we might just have to take it out. So if that does end up being the case, which I hope it isn't, um, I'm going to do what I can while I'm still me to make
Mhm.
something that
They can
people,
remember
I want
me.
to make a fucking deathcore anthem. Are you kidding me?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Which
And
is hard to do nowadays, but
yeah, because everything is sounding so similar nowadays. But I mean, at the same time, like the things that stand out though, they stand out
yeah, yeah.
definitely. But I think that's one thing I've been struggling a lot with is I I don't know how long I'm gonna be here, and sometimes I wonder, am I doing this just to like feel like I have a purpose, or am I doing it because I love it? And I feel like that's kind of a constant struggle sometimes of just like, because I know I love doing it, like, but at the same time, there's just some days where I'm just like, I don't like why? Why do I?
You're you're more empty without it than you are with it.
Yeah.
Like the frustration of not necessarily being where you want within a specific amount of time is very frustrating, but it's even more frustrating watching people come out with stuff that is getting really popular and you could do better than that. And it's like, man, why didn't I just stick with it?
Yeah.
Where would I have been if I just stuck with it? So I'd always just stick with it. Dude, I was about to be done earlier this year. Like I posted a status basically saying like, yo, I'm tired of this shit.
I think I
Like
saw that.
and and I was, and sometimes I still am, and you're always gonna have days like that. There's always gonna be days where it's like, why am I even doing this? And then it's just about staying motivated. And right now, I'm just super motivated. Um, but yeah, I'm just trying to do my best, man. Trying to be as busy as possible as far as music goes.
Yeah, because I know, like, if I didn't have music and like I didn't try to figure out something to do during this whole like quarantine, I I would have probably gone insane. Like,
Yeah,
I just I don't know, but I just was like, this is the time now that I need to figure out my streaming setup stuff. I need to figure out what I want to do. I want to do content that I enjoy. What kind of content would that be? I like talking about vocals. Maybe I could just talk with people that, also do vocals. And then it just so happened that after I spoke with Caleb here in Low Life, things started popping off more. Michael Soto from Strangled wanted to talk to me. We talked.
hmm
That led to me talking to Chris Witted. And then that led to,
Chris is
uh,
the reason I'm still doing this.
yeah, dude, he's
Straight
such a
up.
nice guy. Absolutely nice guy. I asked him a lot of questions, I think, after the stream of just like how he does like his mixing and stuff like that, and he sent me like a video of him like doing his like I think how he does like vocal mixing somewhat.
He's the best as far as vocal. He's the one who recorded all the vocals for Awaken Providence, the new album.
Yeah,
I
dude.
just drove 3 hours to him, and honestly, there was like days where we were like, "You just want to hang out today? Like, fuck doing vocals today." Uh, yeah, when I was like 21, Entombed of the Abyss fell apart, and he messaged us because he wanted to record a real Florida deathcore band, and that's what he considered us.
Oh,
So I messaged him back, and I was like, "Not really, bro. Like, we're done. Like, we just want to live our lives." And he's like, "Just come record an album with me, just one more time." And at that point, it was just me and Kalen, the guitarist, and we did it. And we went over there and we wrote "God Given Hell Risen" in 4 days. And uh, it's all because of Chris. Chris is straight up the reason why I'm in Awaken Providence. I owe my up until this point in my career, I owe a lot of it to Chris.
yeah, he seems like somebody who would be just a massive just help to like anybody.
He's the
And
first
like,
idol I met that was not a piece of shit to me.
yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
kind of how Soto is for me. Like I coming into the scene, sometimes I still don't really feel like I'm a part of it, and that's not on the scene's fault. That's just like I didn't grow up with it. I was doing vocals in my bedroom trying to figure out how to get good at them, and then I think. I got into a few bands back in the day, but it was like high school bands that never really went anywhere. And then I got into like one where we played a show with I Set to Kill, and then after that, it just didn't happen anymore. Got into another band where we blew up, where we're starting to blow up a little bit, called the Glasgow Smile, and some drama happened. But like we played like our first show, my only show with them was a fucking huge ass show where I formed a lot of network connections. I talked to, because it was the last 10 Seconds of Life, Veil of Nath, Rings of Saturn, The Faceless. It was just a huge ass lineup. And like I networked a lot through that. And then after that, that's when I was like, okay, cool. And we already had started Zero Ophthalmia as like a studio project, but since the other band that is kind of involved, like Dark Drinker is the band members of Zero Ophthalmia's other band. I'm not part of that band. They were just like, well, since Glasgow's not a thing anymore, let's just make Zero Ophthalmia a live project. And we did, and we got the vocalist of Understanding Eris, which Craig's such a stupidly good drummer. Like every time he plays, somebody comments on it. Like usually on like the higher end of like who's playing the show. Like it's nuts. And like we have like honestly, the group has such good synergy, and I'm really grateful for them. And then since then, all I've been doing after that is just working on either commission stuff. Like Doomside is a project I'm recently been commissioned to do, and then Moon Presence is just like a for fun, like Rings of Saturn Bloodborne project that like it's Bloodborne, so I enjoy it, but like I'm still don't feel like I'm part of the scene. And like it's times where like Soto has been like, hey man, I just want you to know like I'm proud of you for like doing this stuff. Like it's really hard to like.
It's important that you get those words of affirmation, bro.
Yeah, like
yeah,
that meant a lot, honestly, in that moment. Like it still
makes
does.
you realize like someone's paying attention. Like this isn't all just in my head. I'm not just spending all this time on nothing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I've made friends in the scene, but like having somebody who's really high up in the scene be like, I see what you're doing. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
Like, keep it up. Like that was all I needed to like get myself like, okay, I need to keep this going. Like
it's validation. Yeah, you're being validated for the hard work you put in. It's super important. Yeah. There needs to be more of that. There needs to be less tearing down.
Oh yeah.
Less shit talking, less taking criticism as
like not
constructive.
Growth. Yeah.
Like it's like, no, I don't need to change. Your opinion's wrong. It's like, well, take a step back, bro. Take an hour to chill, read those comments again, and then rethink to yourself, am I being super offended by this, or should I listen to what he's saying? Now, if it's some dude who's just being an asshole, just let him be an asshole. Honestly, just forget about that thread. Like,
yeah, because you can tell usually whenever somebody's trying to be an asshole, you can tell when somebody's like genuinely like trying. Like the way I put it is like there's a difference between being blunt and there's a difference between being an asshole. An asshole, you don't give a shit. Like you're not there to like be constructive on any sort of level. Like if you're blunt, you may come off as like kind of rude, but like at the end of the day, you have the intent of like, hey,
bettering
this doesn't sound that good, but here's this. Which I mean, I've had instances where I do that with like, there's somebody that I've seen on my pages on like in groups who always posts about his band and is just like, hey guys, I need this to get more views and stuff like that. And in the back of my head, and I've kind of like made comments on it before where I was like, hey, have you tried hitting up like Slam Worldwide? Which she was telling me that they don't really they didn't really like what he had, and I was like, I don't know if that's truly the case, because the only thing I know of that they don't like is singing, for the most part. Singing is like Joe will be like, that's a no-go. I think only one band has gotten away with that, and it was because he didn't know that he had singing in it.
Yeah, Chad is pretty close with some of the dudes who ran it, and he told me that as well. That's why. Awaken Providence has singing in it. No, it's not like Icy Star singing, but it's singing nonetheless. So the song that we did get uploaded onto there is a song with no singing. 2 songs with no singing in it.
Yeah.
But back in the day, yeah, Yeah.
Hmm.
If it wasn't to their specialization, if it wasn't slammy enough or death metally
Hmm.
enough, or had this certain aspect to it, it was going to be a no.
Oh
Like
yeah.
they turned down one of the songs off of God Given Hell Risen, and that was their niche at the time. But now there's a more demand for that style of deathcore or that style of metal, to
Yeah.
where it doesn't really matter. You know,
It
I
really
think
like I've seen so many things on Slam Worldwide that are just like not anywhere close to like
mm-mm.
Slam
Yeah.
like at
Well,
all. And
because it hinders their audience. Like
hmm
it hinders their growth. It's like a band with the word fuck in it. Like that's never going
yeah,
to be a household name.
yeah,
Like, and it's going to be super hard to market that and get endorsed by stuff.
yeah, pretty much. But like, and in that comment, I think I was just trying to make like the idea be of like, well, you might try going through like an outlet and research it because like, you know, whenever we were starting with Xerophthomia, it was one of those things where the first thing I did was like, okay, who outlet wise is like going to give us the most views for what we have, whether or not it's good in comparison to some of the other videos on that platform. Which
Mm-hmm.
gives the most views. And in that time, Slam Worldwide, case in point, we got like 7K views on our
Oh
debut
yeah.
single, which on like average it looks like 5K is like a band that's doing pretty good, is
Mm-hmm.
usually around the views they get. And then anything up like higher than that usually is a little bit better. And to get 7K on a on a single that wasn't really mixed that well was pretty fucking nutty. And a lot of it was just positive comments, honestly. Like,
Yeah.
so like that was a start. But like in my head, I'm just like, people just don't market themselves like at all. I feel like they just kind of expect like a share to do the trick nowadays, and it's just like it sucks. But even back then, when like Xerophthomia was first like taking off, I had to do a lot of research. Like I had to figure out who's our demographic, what's the age of people who listen to us, where are they located, and then build an audience on Facebook, and then boost the post to like, hey, this single is out, check it out, check us out, like just things like that. You don't have to like spend a fuck ton of money to
Yeah.
like
All
get
the
your stuff out there.
sciences behind it.
There's a
Like,
lot of free marketing you can do, honestly.
yeah. Yeah, for
Oh,
sure.
you're okay.
You ever heard of Groove Nation, bro?
I have not.
Dude. Back in the day, that's how I got a lot of like gigs for my band. Like I'd be
Oh,
like, I think it was called Groove Nation
are
or
you sure
some
it's not
shit like that.
Reverb Nation?
It was Reverb Nation,
Yeah, there you
yeah.
go. Now that
We're
I
number one in the Orlando scene for metal,
we're
guys.
number one in Oklahoma for Reverb Nation and rock,
Like seven, yes.
hard rock.
Then like at 17 years old, like some black metal band like pushes you down to second. You're like, who the fuck are these guys? And
Who
then
is?
you realize it's like it's Reverb Nation. Like
Yeah, like
it doesn't matter.
it really
Does not
doesn't.
matter anymore.
Reverb Nation is like what it was my somebody trying to make MySpace like type
It's
thing
like if Mr.
popular.
Rogers made MySpace.
Yes, there we go. That's what I was. I was trying to think of like a good analogy, but yeah, that works. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
Mr. Rogers, his house is like down the street from me. Or
is it
his house
really?
was. Is his wife still
Oh,
alive? I don't know. But yeah, a lot of the house that you see like uh in the show is his house where they filmed that specific part of it down
oh.
here in Winter Park, Florida.
That would have
But
been great to see you randomly in the movie. Just like they didn't cap it out, and so you just see little Adam just walking across the way. Tom Hanks is just being Mister Rogers.
Tom Hanks is sketch as hell right now,
Oh
dude.
yeah, he is. I didn't even realize like
Yikes.
there's so much stuff that's been going on that I haven't caught on to lately. Like the
He
whole
saw
Tyler Carter thing. I
he
I
saw
literally
he straight up saw Ashton Kutcher running down a hallway like and he was like, I'm gonna become a Greek citizen now. Yeah.
yeah. Which that's just oh god, dude. Yeah, that's just sketchy AF. But like no, I was actually just scrolling through Facebook and then I just saw issues like yeah, Tyler Carter's not in the band anymore and I was like what what happened? And then I found out what happened, I guess, and a lot of people are like affirming it. And I was like, well, all right. Another one bites the dust. Oh boy.
Yeah.
But
Someone who should be in that position and somehow dodged it
mm,
is Eddie Hermita.
oh geez.
I don't know if you know the backstory to that
Nope,
one,
I
but
do not, but I'm more than welcoming of you giving me that sweet
oh
backstory.
no, I don't really want to do it. To be quite honest with you, I don't
Oh,
want to
that's
waste my
fair.
breath. I don't want to waste my breath on that situation.
Is it like an
But
old? Is it like all shall perish situation, or is it after that?
it's like he was in Suicide Silence, I believe.
Oh, I don't know how I missed that then, but
Uh, I think he vetted like a 16, 17-year-old girl or something. I probably shouldn't even be talking about shit like that because that's buried deep in the internet in some article and it's been
and somebody's gonna be like,
disputed. And
"What? No, if you put that on Twitter, he's done." Like, K-pop
yeah,
stands
that's
will find
true.
him, and they will find every deepest, darkest secret that you've ever had. If you've posted on Twitter, they'll they'll find it, and they'll be like, "Didn't you assault a third grader in like high school?"
Didn't you drink from the girls' water fountain when you were in third grade? Yeah.
Yeah, dude, they Twitter manhunts. Twitter doesn't play any games. Twitter and TikTok. TikTok will be like, "Hey, I'm looking for this dude who I saw in like first grade. Oh, cool. It's been an hour. Here he is." Like,
Meanwhile, the guys who are like posting Craigslist ads like, you were in a coffee shop in 2007. You grazed by my shoulder. And they're trying to find like this one girl and then no attention to it whatsoever.
oh yeah, yeah, not at all. It's nutty, dude. But I guess what is something we can move on to? Oh, how so? How what are some insights that you have like with the music industry as a whole right now? Like, what do you with the whole COVID thing, everything like that? Like, what are some thoughts that you've been having on that, if any? Like in regards to maybe how things should be handled. Is it a good idea for shows to be going on or anything like
um,
that?
I mean, I don't think shows should be going on just yet until like this dies out and all the dumb people aren't defending their freedom to not wear a mask. um, but like to be honest, bro, I find more comfort in just leaving it up to
Just
destiny,
whatever. Yeah.
whatever. I'm not going to stress about it. I'm not an official. I'm not going to be
Survival of
able to
the
make a
fittest, baby.
change. I mean, it would just cause me more anxiety worrying about things like that, um, and more impatience of like, why isn't everything back up and running yet?
Yeah.
Well,
I
you
want to
know,
play my shows, damn it.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm just taking this time to make really cool music.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
honestly, I mean, I've tried seeing about getting live streaming stuff for shows because I would much rather, like, if you get a venue to do a live stream set, I'll do that shit in a second. Like, I'll gladly play a show if it's like live streamed via a venue and like people aren't actually there. Because, like,
Yeah.
I don't know how you're gonna tell me that like you're social distancing at the show. I don't know how you're gonna attempt to enforce that, especially for a metal show. Maybe an indie show, maybe depending on what the music they're playing is, but like a metal show, social distancing, where the
That ain't gonna
demographic,
fly.
yeah, no, the demographic is either angry boy boomers or like Gen X and Z. Like it's just not gonna happen. Like it's just
No.
gonna collide. It's just gonna be a bad time.
There's
I
gonna be
don't
more
see it.
COVID outbreaks.
Yep.
People are gonna forget what drink is theirs. It's gonna get passed around a lot more.
Oh yeah.
Nah, I'm good. I'm Gucci.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, throw your house party show. Your neighbors are gonna get the cops called on you, so I'm not
Yeah.
gonna. I'm not gonna be there.
Yeah.
Uh, you know,
Pretty
I'm
much.
cool. I'm chilling. I'm working on stuff. I'll let everything settle, if it ever will settle. I mean, come on. Like, we got through the Black Plague and we didn't even, like, have actual N95 masks or whatever the fuck they're called. You know, we sent people to islands
Yeah.
if you were sick. You know, we're lucky. We're lucky to be able to, hold up in our homes.
Yeah.
Like, people were sent to an island if you were sick to die.
Yeah.
They didn't get to stay inside their house. They didn't get Netflix. They didn't get to write new music. Like, act upon this time,
Yeah.
Because if this were 500 years ago, bye. Bye-bye. You're
I'm
going to
pretty
go
sure
30 You're going to go 30 miles off the coast till you die.
like 70% of the U.S. pretty much of just like it's violating my rights.
Yeah, it's like, well, guess what? You wouldn't have had any back then, and you would have been on a boat with 40 other people. Like, where are we going? And they're like, shut up.
Nah, dude, I've had some weird people when I shared a post that Ben Doer made about like masks that some dude in Germany was like, yeah, we literally aren't having this problem because like people
Yeah, I saw that.
there were and this dude was like trying to compare, like he was like, you don't see the bigger picture, like it's all the government. And I'm like, but what does this
It's
have
all
to do with
5G, bro.
it's all the 5Gs. T-Mobile's a part of the plot. But no,
Yeah.
the real kicker for me on how I knew how ludicrous it was is they tried to compare it like wearing masks to being like segregated in the 50s, and that's when I was like, okay, I'm just done listening to you, because if that's where you have to go with the conversation, I ain't for that. Bye.
Okay. Wearing a mask is more like having to wear those big fucking sunglasses after you get LASIK eye surgery.
Yeah,
It's not like segregation, buddy. Like, no way.
no. It was he
No
was
way.
like, and now you're just gonna unfriend me because you're such a bigot. And I was like, what? And then he unfriended and blocked me, and I was like, okay, but see ya, I guess.
Dude, that's a big problem I have. It's like, just have a conversation with me.
Yeah,
Like, stop leaving that, like, I got the last word in and now I'm gonna block you comment. It's like, have a
yeah.
conversation with me, because this is how I get to understand where you're coming from, and this is
Mhm.
how you get to understand where I'm coming from. And no, I don't expect you to be enlightened and see my point of view so crystal clear just from a Facebook conversation, but at least
Oh
it
yeah,
will help you know that conversations like this don't have to be hostile. They
yeah.
don't need to end in us blocking each other. We can agree to disagree, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's people out there who have a totally different opinion than you and a totally different ideology than you. And that's not something that you need to push them away for. That's something that you need to take them in for.
Mm-hmm.
Like, there's no way to understand how to solve the problem if you don't even know what their problem is.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, it's just nutty. Like, and honestly, I
Yeah.
doubt we'll have shows. At least for, I probably won't see a show until like maybe 2021, late 2021, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah,
But
they got to be double sure, bro. It's gonna
oh yeah,
they just like those jewel cartridges, bro.
we have to take out the enemy. The enemy is the Jew.
We need to get rid of that fruit punch flavor. Yeah, I know.
You know who else likes Jules? Joe Biden. Dirty Joe.
Oh my god. I just realized what impression that was. God damn.
Stinky Joe.
Are y'all going to Chick-fil-A? Boycott Chick-fil-A because they took away my chicken salad sandwich like 3 years ago. So go to Zaxby's now.
Dude, Zaxby's, we have Zaxby's. Zaxby's slaps.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I definitely will. Oh, yeah.
No, you go ahead. You definitely will say what?
I definitely will say, though, we also have Cane's a lot.
See, I don't know what type of shit that is. I got
You don't know
Wawa
what
down
Cane's
here.
is? What?
Like Cane and Abel?
They don't have Cane's?
Where does he live?
Oh, yeah. Where are you? Look, you're in Florida, right?
Yeah, brother.
Oh.
I don't think they have them there.
Really? Well, shit. That's like, it's actually pretty good chicken for the most part, but it's like, it's pretty big, I guess, around here. And is it just Oklahoma?
No,
That's just O-Town,
Oh.
baby.
I get maybe when you come to Oklahoma, 25 years from now, you can have some Canes, and it's pretty good. Zaxby's, I will say, is better just because it has more variety.
Their chicken
But-
salad is so good.
Oh, Zaxby's, yeah, fuck yeah, their chicken
And those
salad.
those white macadamia nut cookies.
Yes, that's right. That's right,
Mhm.
my brother. Hell
Much better
yeah.
than Subway. Much
Oh,
better
God.
than Subway.
Man, I sometimes it really depends on the Subway you go to, because man,
Yeah.
oh god, you'll get such a shit sandwich. Oh wow, hey, welcome 7 people to the chat. All of a sudden, hope you're having a good night. We're just talking about Subway.
We were talking about controversial stuff. We got all the 5Gers in here now.
Yeah, we do. Oh wow, 2 follows in a row. Let's go. Hey, Fusarda, what's up, dude? Hey, Cody, thank you so much for the follow, and Caress, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, we're just talking about we were talking about Zaxby's and shit, and apparently that Adam doesn't have Canes where he is. So do you guys chat? Do you have Canes?
Raising cane.
Raisin Canes, sorry. Also, Whataburger is the superior place. Don't.
That's
at me.
that's a very weird movie, and that guy plays that part a little too well in that movie.
Cane sucks. What the? What the?
Well, you
I mean,
heard
is
from
it
the-
better than Zaxby's? No. Zaxby's, I think, is the best. Definitely. Adam has
Yeah, just-
Canes. Don't let him lie to you.
Just bring back the chicken salad sandwich, dude. It's not that hard to bring back. I know they can do it.
Well,
They're just
it's okay.
choosing not to.
Taco Bell has chicken now. I don't know if you saw that, but they have chicken wings now.
Dude, Taco Bell. Jesus Christ. Yo, you can be like the nicest person ever to that drive-through, dude. But when you get to the side, it will always be, what you want? It's like, hi, how are you today? What you want? All right. Yeah. All right. I'll tell you what I want. I'm sorry. I was just trying to be nice.
Ooh, Fusroda has a good point though with Canes. Is he likes Canes because you always know what you're gonna get. Because there's literally only 5 options. There's do you want 2 chicken tendies? Do you want 3 chicken tendies? Do you want 3 of those chicken tendies in a sandwich, which will make it a sandwich combo? Do you want 25 chicken nuggets?
I want pizza.
I'm sure Taco Bell will eventually do that. So
That definitely be me.
do you guys have any questions, by the way, for Adam? And if you don't know who Adam is, he's the vocalist of Awaken Providence and Entombed in the Abyss. Yeah, they're pretty big. They're pretty big. Chicken Express, kind of nice. Ooh, you're not wrong. Chicken Express, corn nuggets. It's that good shit. Have you ever had a corn nugget, Adam?
You like a hush puppy?
Weirdly enough, not that much. I used to, but I think I had Long John Silver's so much back in the day where I only simp for drummers. What did you say to me, you little shit? Quoted from Ninja, by the way. What did you say to me, you little shit?
No,
That's okay. Drummers are cool too. I wish I could drum, but my hands, they don't do things at separate times. Ninja is a true gamer, correct? Obviously.
I don't really play video games that much.
Yeah, Adam just he plays with rocks and sticks, and then screams at them.
Only heavy rocks, though.
Only boulders.
Yeah.
What's your favorite vocal style, Adam? Is a question from Frustrada. Are you talking about his favorite? Oh yeah, no, it is your favorite. Yep. What's your favorite?
Oh. Oh man.
Oh no, the hard questions.
The good ones. I don't know. I can't pinpoint it down to one. Everyone is so good with, not everyone, but man, that was mean. A lot of people are really good just doing their own thing, Some of my favorite vocal styles, Ian Bear from Rings of Saturn, specifically the Lugal Kian album. Adam Warren on every album he's ever done. Nick Arthur from Molotov Solution. CJ from Thy Art. I like CJ not necessarily because I think he's the most creative vocalist, but I like him because he knows how to layer his voice really well. He knows how to sound like there's an army behind him.
Yeah.
As far as like techniques go, my favorite technique is the third technique, just because.
Are you able to demonstrate for us?
Nah, dog. Nah. Sorry, that's VIP shit.
Oh, damn.
Like
shit.
If you want to see me use it, just straight up go onto my Instagram, and you can either go through my posts and find little snippets of me doing it raw, or on my highlights, there's a little highlight called VOX, folks, and you'll be able to see it there. But straight up, I got my sister with cancer in the other room. I got my nephew sleeping in the other room. By VIP shit, I don't mean you're not worthy to see it. I mean, like,
VIP,
I don't want sandals thrown at me from the doors, so.
I felt so bad for... was that your grandma? Or who was that who walked in earlier? Or did you not notice them? Did you really not notice them? She, like, whoever it was, they looked older, and they stared at the camera for a second, and then just slowly backed away.
Yeah.
I was like,
it was probably either my mom or my sister, but I don't know.
I'm not gonna lie. I don't know how you didn't see that, but that's why I was kind of like looking in the corner.
Listen, I ain't stressing it. All right.
No, man, you don't need to be stressing it. Shut the door. Okay. All right, but yeah, no. I think a question I'm really interested in asking is, how did you get started in Awaken Providence? Because obviously, I know there was William Ramos before, and then he just kind of yeehawed out of there, I guess. I don't know why, but... And then...
I'll let Will explain that, or I'll let DeAndre explain that.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not asking for his backstory on that. I just know he was gone, so... But I'm just curious that how did you pop into the little time frame there? I know you said Chris had to do with it.
Chris had to do with it indirectly. Like, by Chris had to do with it, I mean, if by the time DeAndre came to me with that proposition, I would have been like, I don't do this shit anymore, dude.
Oh, but Chris reignited your want to do stuff, and okay. DeAndre and a couple people from AWIP had been fans of mine, and they'd watch a lot of my covers or my tutorials, which I took down, by the way, so don't go looking for them. Did you really?
Yeah, I just took them down. Oh, well, I got them on private.
Oh, yeah, okay.
I took them down probably around this time last year, I want to say.
Really? Huh.
Yeah.
I guess I never really paid attention, but I definitely remember those videos back in the day, because I was like, oh my god, this man sounds crispy. Sounds like a crispy Sprite from McDonald's. So
Which,
good.
by the way, is because Coca-Cola's got a special contract with McDonald's where they get special tubing, special carbonation measurements, and special Coca-Cola brand syrup for McDonald's, which is why Coca-Cola tastes way better from McDonald's. Same with the Sprite, same with all that. It's because they get special treatment from Coke.
They literally have the crispy hookup. Hell yeah. That's incredible.
I don't even remember what the question is, dog. Be straight up with you.
How did you get into Awaken Providence?
Oh, yeah. Well, DeAndre was a big fan of mine, and then after Will left, he had his eyes on me before they were originally looking for a new vocalist, but he thought that the distance problem would be a really big problem, so they ended up going with Will that time around. And then when Will left, he was like, okay, I'm not going to give a shit about distance anymore. I'm just going to, you know, put the band out there and try and get this kid. And he messaged me, which they had stayed at my house before on tour. I've been friends with them since before. It wasn't just like a, hey, we've never spoken to each other, but you want to join my band?
Yeah.
I was a big fan of Awaken Providence, and they stayed at my house while they were on tour down here, so we knew each other okay enough. In fact, they actually stayed at my house the night that we filmed Apocalypse document for Entombed in the Abyss. But yeah, he messaged me, asked me to try out. I tried out, and I got the spot. And a couple months after that, it was, hey, go record this album. And who else but Chris am I gonna get to record my vocals? Just because we work like clockwork. It's like we know what each other are thinking. He'll introduce new concepts to me that don't seem like I'm not gonna do that, bro. It's never lame shit or shit that's out of my comfort zone or I don't think will sound well. We're just so on the same page about stuff that we just work really well together. So I went and recorded all the vocals with Chris, and album got put out, toured a little bit, and now we're writing a new album. That's basically the story of it.
Okay.
I'm not going to tell you how much we like fart and stuff. So.
Damn it! That's the juicy stuff, dude.
No, gotta be there to believe it.
Did you ever like shit, fart, and burp at the same time? Like,
I've never shit. God? I've never shit in my life.
Shitting's for quitters. I'm not a quitter.
Yeah. How do you think I got this big, dog? This
Keep
is all
my shit together, both metaphorically and literally.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean.
And then you said Entombed in the Abyss is still going though now, right?
To an extent, yeah. We're gonna record a new album. We're not gonna do live stuff just because.
Yeah, like
we don't want to. Like, if we are gonna do live stuff, we're as far as the rest of the members. So I'm not going to actively search for new people to be in Entombed in the Abyss because it wouldn't be Entombed in the Abyss. Like with Awaken Providence, DeAndre is the mastermind behind most of everything in that band. So DeAndre is able to search for new members if it comes to it. But as far as Entombed in the Abyss goes, I'm not going to write another Entombed in the Abyss album with members that were never really a part of it. If I'm writing a new album, it's with the original people. That's what Entombed in the Abyss is. So they're not really able to tour. We've been offered really big stuff super late. Like, we've gotten offers from labels that super big bands are trying to get on to labels, and they're like, hey, if you guys ever want to be a band again, just let us know. And I was like, hey, you're like 2 years late. But we're just gonna record music we're just really tired of seeing a lot of really shitty deathcore made. And I'm not gonna name names and stuff like that, but like, where did these lines get blurred? Like, I don't know about you, but when I think of deathcore, I think Serpent Servant by Impending Doom. I think Insurrection by Molotov Solution. I think Depth or Contagion by Oceano. I don't think, when deathcore comes to mind, I don't think of Infant Annihilator or this stuff that everyone seems to be following this trend of like extreme, 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 or like black metal. It's like, where did the grooves go? Like, where did the vocal pauses go? Where did meaningful lyrics go? So that's, if anything, if it comes to it and people really want to see Entombed live that bad, I'll put together a live lineup, but that's all they'll be. It's not going to be like, hey, and maybe, like,
we're back,
I can
forever.
help, I can help write the next album. It's going to be a whoa. Like, I understand that you really like this band and you want to be a part of it, but you can't be a part of it. Like, all 5 members of Entombed have the same tattoo on their right leg.
Oh.
Like, that, we started this. We were the ones who grew up together having to do this. Just like Chris, I owe a lot of my career to them. So there's no new members of Entombed in the Abyss. That's not a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a new member, it's because you're a live member.
Yeah.
But
Once.
don't get me wrong. I'm gonna take care of those people. I'm gonna pay them.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna use people. But that's just wrong in my eyes for me to be like, hey, and this guy, he's actually really good at guitar and he's been playing live with us for a while. No, I'm sorry, but that no one else can join.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because if somebody else joins, it's just not going to be Abyss anymore.
Nope.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Basically, but those are my 3 projects I'm focusing on right now. Is my solo stuff, the Entombed stuff, Entombed of the Abyss stuff, I should say, and Awaken Providence stuff.
Okay. Well, let's see here. We've been going for about an hour and 36 minutes, my guy. Look at that. I told you time would fly.
Yeah. You want to top it off at like an hour 45?
Sure.
I'm down to go like another 10 minutes or so.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. If you were to give any vocal insight to people, what would you like give?
3 things. Try and become a 3 things. So, oh man, it's hard because everyone's journey is different. But
yeah.
these are the things I focused on: individuality and versatility.
Mm-hmm.
If you learn how someone does vocals, don't just take that and run with it and do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Take what you like that they do and do it your own way.
Yeah.
Find your own voice. Stop trying to mimic, basically. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Because, and it's awesome. It's awesome when, you find a vocalist that sounds a lot like your favorite vocalist, but they only like you because you sound like someone they already really like. Please, please, please practice. Like, stop. Like, have a mind of your own. Like, don't necessarily care so much about what other people want to see out of you. Ask yourself what you would like to see out of your vocals. Don't get in your head so much about stuff. There's going to be off days, there's going to be bad days, and take it with a grain of salt. You know it's a bad day because you inherently know these aren't what your days are like. So don't beat yourself up over it. That's just a day that you need to take a break. Push yourself. Like I had to. Yeah, that was my mom. Yeah, yeah. Push yourself. Push the boundaries, not to where you're going to hurt your voice, but think of new stuff to do. Push the limits. I always call them breaking barriers. When I learned something new where I could push my highs higher, my lows lower.
Oh yeah.
Warm up. I don't give a shit if you do scales like me. I do scales because I've been in chorus my whole life, and that's just what moves my true chords out of the way for my false chords to be able to do what they do.
Mm-hmm.
Even if, just warm up. And with the practice thing, don't get so upset when you don't see immediate results. Like, if you go to the gym for a week, do you really think you're going to see results that quick? No. It's from progress and continuation and keeping it going.
Mm-hmm.
There's not going to be a secret technique or a secret thing where if you move your tongue this certain way, things are going to magically click together and I'll be the best.
Yeah, because there's always mechanisms to like each type of thing that you'll do. Like,
yeah.
I think for the longest time, because back in the day, I listened to a lot of like We Came as Romans, and so I always was like, I don't understand how Dave Stevens does his like yell vocal things, and then I would try back in like ninth grade, and I think that's the only time I think when learning vocals I've ever like lost my voice. I haven't had that ever happen since, but that
Hmm.
was like my moment of like, oh, okay, I've really got to be fucking careful. Um, and now I just was like, oh, so if I just and then and then mix those together, it makes
Hmm.
sounds like this, and then I can do stuff with it. Granted,
Yeah.
those type of vocals you have to be careful with because they are. I don't want to call them necessarily a fry, but it kind of uses the same idea because it distorts it, but it's definitely one of those vocals that you just can't keep doing. Like it will
Yeah.
eventually, like no matter how much you warm up, like eventually it will start to like go out on you a little bit. But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
mean, it's still useful. I've used it in like some other projects, but yeah, it's just one of those things. The thing I've needed to learn recently is just take a break. Like take a break. Like I practice literally every day. I
Yeah.
should I. Mm, But like for me, doing vocals is just like smoking a cigarette. Like I feel like I have to have the urge to just I got to do it.
Yeah.
I've got to do
Yeah.
something vocally related. And like I finally had that like epiphany of like I really just need to like step back cuz it's just I'm
Hmm.
eventually just going to get so frustrated that
Yeah.
I'm
I've
going
been
to
there
do
too as
something about it.
well.
Yeah. So I
Hmm.
would say that at least on my end that's the biggest thing is like learn to take a break. Again, yeah, also, don't be afraid to push yourself. But figure out what your boundaries are and where you can kind of push slowly. You don't want to just be
Hmm.
like, all right, cool, I learned how to do lows. I'm going to learn how to do some tunnels now all the way and
Yeah.
master them completely in one day. Like, it's just not going to happen.
Yeah. Basically, uh, the last thing I'll say as far as my advice goes is like be an individual.
Yes.
By that, I don't mean like try to be as different as you can possibly be.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, don't self deprecate, don't degrade yourself because you're looking at other people's voices or achievements.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you do that, you're always going to be less than to yourself.
Yeah.
So take pride in how you sound, even if maybe you're not proud of how you sound. That's your voice. Own it. You know.
Mm-hmm.
You think the dude from Knocked Loose at first was happy that he could only hit one tone the whole time? No,
Yeah, probably not.
but he he rocks that shit. He
Mm-hmm.
owns it.
And now people
Now,
want to sound like it. Yeah.
and now people want to sound like that is because even though he was not the strongest voice in the room, he stuck to it and he knew he had something there. So, like, just be proud of your voice. Don't self deprecate. Don't treat yourself like a piece of shit just because you can't hit a certain tone that someone else can because they have a different voice. They have a different biology than you do. So, yeah.
Yeah. But all right, we are getting pretty close to that 45-minute mark. Do you have any bands or people that you want to shout out or just give like thanks to or anything like that? Anything you want to make mention of, like just on your own accord?
Yeah. I don't know if Devin is still watching, but Devin's got his own band that I just did a feature for called Worm Shepherd. Like their page, do whatever you can to support them. That'll be coming out. I don't know when, uh, but if you stay tuned, you'll know when. Also, God of Nothing. God of Nothing. Those are my homies. Those are my brothers.
I think they
Um,
actually liked our band and like reached out a bit.
Hell
Yeah,
yeah.
which I was
Those are
like,
some.
cool.
Those are some of the. Those are real people.
I
Those
think
are.
either it
There's.
was God of Nothing or like it's something with God in it. I know that, but God of Nothing
Mhm.
sounds really familiar. So I'm hoping now. I'm hoping and now that they were the ones that liked our stuff. But
That they're really good dudes. If it is them, I'd say definitely hit them back up. I did a feature for them um, as well. Has not come out yet. Uh, do what you can to support them. If you stay in tune, you'll know when that kind of stuff comes out.
mm-hmm.
Um, I'll shout out, the people that have been with me the whole way. Chris Whitted.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, if you are a fan of King Conquer, they're not a band anymore, but still jam their shit, please. And even more importantly, Body Snatcher. Body Snatcher have been really good friends of mine over the years. I've known Kyle since before he started Body Snatcher. Support that band because they care about what they do. That's a band that's writing real lyrics. Um, mm, who else? I don't know. Those are mainly the people that I'd want to shout out. Yeah.
Yeah, but no, dude, I have to say, like, I just appreciate you, one, being on this, and two, I just appreciate you being real. Like, I
Yeah,
think
man.
one of my biggest fears that I have when I talk with people, is, that it just turns into like a one-sided, like, yep, cool, thanks for hitting me up, glad you're a fan of my stuff, or something like that. It's just nice to like actually have conversation, and it's nice to have like
Maintaining a
relatability.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like trying to maintain the deathcore mentality outside of the realm of music. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, there's no point to that, man. Be accepting of people because you never know. You never know.
Yeah.
Who they might be bigger than you one day, or you might be that person in their inbox one day. So just
Oh yeah.
just have humility.
Oh yeah. For sure. For sure. But no, I definitely really appreciate it. Please go check out Adam and all of his stuff. Also, if you want to get a feature from him, he's on Featured X now.
Oh shit. Yeah. Yeah, go check it out, guys. I'll lay down some cool stuff. Really cool stuff. But no, I care about all my features. I do. I put a lot of work into them.
Oh, for sure.
So if you guys do want something good, or if you're thinking about it, just hit me up. But hey, I appreciate you for having me on here. I
Yeah.
love talking. If I could do more podcast episodes, I would. I'm just not in a position to.
Yeah.
But I love doing stuff like this. So if you ever want to have me back on, maybe like a part 2, I'm down to clown.
Oh yeah. Honestly, I've been thinking about and I kind of did it yesterday night, of just having people collab with me on like reacting to people's like submissions of like music they send in and stuff.
Oh yeah, I'd be down to
Honestly,
do
I
that.
found some bangers, my guy. I found out about
Mm-hmm.
Paleface. I didn't know who the hell they were, and
I'm
that.
sorry. I need to shout out one more person
Okay.
or band. This band, y'all need to check this shit out.
Mm.
It's called Funeral Wake.
Yeah, he's been in part of my chats. Yeah, Isaac. Yeah.
Isaac. Yeah, that's a real dude right there. That's a real person. So go check out. My favorite song right now is Gut Wrencher. But as you were saying, Paleface.
Yes, Paleface is basically Swedish Body Snatcher mixed with Strangled.
Nice.
So
nice.
Like, somebody played them on or suggested them in the chat, and I was like, all right, cool, check it out. That, you want emotion? That shit's angry. Like,
I'll check it out. Yeah,
it's crazy.
I saw
to me
you post about it.
Yeah, like they have stuff on Slam Worldwide, but we only have like a few hundred behind them. Like, that blows my mind more than anything, because like on Slam they have like 30K views, and we just have like at most 7K for like one song, and they're like in like 3,300 or something like that, and we're at like 2,600. And I'm like, bruh, why? How is this even a thing? This should be so much bigger. But now I'm just like hooked on them, and now I'm like, oh fuck, now I want to do like beatdown vocals. This sounds sick. Like,
dude, there's a lot of times where I'm like, why am I screaming constantly for 4 minutes when I know I could just lay down some heavy ass beatdown shit and just blow up off of that,
dude.
But
something about doing beatdown vocals just feels so good.
It's just that power.
Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, but no, so like if you'd ever be down to do that, we would just basically I will say for that you might you might want to use a computer for that, just because we'd have to like set up a watch together and things like that. But
listen, I ain't some broke ass dude. I got a computer. I just
excuses.
Hold on, let me think of my excuse, dog.
All right, sorry. Yeah.
Straight up, I just don't know how to operate that webcam, and this is much easier. So
that's fair.
It is an excuse, but it's a
It is.
fearful
I
excuse.
suppose
so.
it's an all right excuse. I'll let you get away with it this time. But
Yeah,
no,
man.
yeah. If you ever want to do like collab stuff on that, just by all means,
Yeah.
I'm down for it. But all right, guys.
super down.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us. I hope
Thank
you
you,
have a good
guys.
night and have a good Friday tomorrow.